Robert, I want to quickly talk about Alejandro Garnacho and the impact and his performance yesterday against Chelsea. I don't think it was the greatest performance. I can see a lot of the fans criticising for his decision-making and ultimate overall performance. I think Garnacho has been one of our best players this season and our most improved players. He's a player with a lot of quality, a lot of ability. And someone for me, Manchester United, lucky to have. I think he finished second or third in the Copper Trophy. Was that many? I can't remember, but one of them. He was absolutely fantastic. Yes, yesterday wasn't his greatest performance. I think you look at his overall season, I think he's been one of our best players so far this season. His performances have been great. He's been good on the ball. I think I've noticed a much more improvement. If you look at yesterday, a lot of mistakes. Attitude wasn't there at all. He didn't look bothered. He thrown his arms up in the air, complaining a lot. I absolutely loved it when Casemiro grilled him, because that's something that should happen. You should be able to hold players accountable. And listen, he's not becoming an issue at Manchester United, but if this attitude that comes in, that we've seen happen to other players at United that have been criticised before, it will massively affect his career. Ultimately, we know what he can offer to United. It's ability, it's potential. He's got that freedom, but I want to see him play a bit more of that freedom. It's looked like all the external things are getting to him. As I said yesterday, he could have scored 2 or 3 goals. The one where Bruno played it back to him, he couldn't convert. The one at the edge of the box, he couldn't convert. Ultimately, it was a game where Garnacho massively struggled, and so did the whole attacking force, to be honest. I think if Garnacho scores at least one of the 3 chances he had, we're walking away saying Garnacho's class, and we have seen Garnacho's quality this season. The other biggest thing was obviously when he played the ball, and when he should have played the ball to Mazraoui, and he ended up losing the ball, in which Casemiro then screamed at him, which was absolutely deserved. I think with Garnacho under Amorim, he must fix the ability in the final third from the whole United attack, the decision making. And with Garnacho, listen, he's 20 years old. He's been bought for the academy as a 16-year-old. I think he hasn't really much changed his game, and that's something Amorim must develop and really change the way that he does play football. There is definitely a player there in Alejandro Garnacho, and he's a player who has massively shown glimpses of being one of the best in the world. But again, he needs to show it. I think the constant change of positions not helping him. He needs to fight him out for that left wing spot. I think he can have a good career at United, but again, he needs to get rid of the attitude issues and really focus on being a top-class quality United player. And that's something that will get him over the line ultimately. I think his performances been good this season. A lot of goals, a lot of assists. But yeah, I think he's got a lot to improve. I think there are very good elements of his game, but you want to see him play with that fearless approach where he can go out, really make a point, show the fans what he's made of. And we know Garnacho can do that. He's not an issue at United. I think he is a player who we should be building in the future, but then someone for me will have a big part under Ruben Amorim. But again, the little things, the minute things, the attitude issues, like when experienced players, they tell you we should take it under your wing. And that's something that has been criticised before of the young players at Manchester United. And I'm not excluding out Garnacho here, but his performance yesterday, just like decision making, it lacked that extra minerals that we need. And we very could have easily won that game if Garnacho scored one of his chances, or passes it to Mazraoui, who passed it to Xerxes, who you would hope would score from that sort of angle. It was a performance by Garnacho which lacked discipline, and that's something that the great United players and the great football players have had over the years, to make them be the best and become the best. But listen, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. This has been me talking about Garnacho. Listen, he did struggle massively, but as did the whole team. But going forward, I want to see him compete out for that left wing spot. I want to see him show that he cares about the club, which he does. He's played a lot of time for this club. And the thing is about when he has a poor performance, just drop him for a game and kind of allow him to work that extra harder. Then when he comes back into the pitch, he's better. We look at poor performances like Garnacho's having, the team is rewarding him with the performances, which ultimately is not helping anyone. It's not helping him learn. And he is playing an awful lot of games. Last season he started a lot. The season before was his introductory season. This season's all about him developing. We know he can get the goals and assists. We know he's up there with one of the best in that. But again, it's about the little minute things that will make him a very, very good player and will separate him from the rest. Bearing in mind he's only 20, there's a lot for him to improve on. But what we've seen so far from Garnacho is fantastic, and I think he must improve. But listen, let me know your thoughts on Alejandro Garnacho. Wasn't the greatest performance yesterday. But yeah, peace.